BBQLifeTV podcast. We got Bree Vive from Smoking Magic and Jamie Stuckey from All Forked Up. And I am the. Cheers. Cheers.
Literally.
Fuck it. Literally.
Greg.
I am Greg from American Fire Barbecue. Hey, we got some new guys here. We just wrapped up. This is our third one tonight. We're in Excelsior Springs at the BBQ Fly-In on the river. One of our favorite contests of the year. A contest has been going on for 23 years. Great deal. They have an epic fireworks. At least for barbecue contests, they have a great fireworks every night. And very likely, at some point in this podcast, we're going to stop, kick the lights, we'll video the fireworks, and then we'll get back with our guests here. We got a couple great guests with us we've been looking forward to getting to. Before we do that, we should probably say some things. Oh, we said that on the last one, didn't we?
Sure.
Well, we had our world championship last week that was fantastic. We were out in Mayetta, Kansas at Prairie Brand Casino. We crowned some new world champions out there. Kurt Wallace of Smoked and Furious, and good friends Aaron and Christy from Kurt Wallace is a good friend too. But really good friends.
Side note.
Family, actually. Really good friends from Man Meat Barbecue, Aaron and Christy Stauffer, and Mini Meat and Barbecuity, Renly and Reagan. So
Technically, they were not there, just FYI.
I know they weren't there, and that might have helped. So
It did mess up his timeline.
Eric was there, though. Eric was there. He brought in the chicken. Otherwise, it might not have happened.
Nala was there.
Oh, Nala's
there,
like the
yes.
best dog in the world, Max and Nala.
Hey, here comes our special
everybody.
guest.
He might get into the camera. We got a special guest here, Joe Pierce from Slaps Barbecue.
TV Joe.
TV Joe.
Joe, come on.
There's been a complaint
That'd be
that there's been a podcast going on for 14 and a half hours.
That's literally been going on for
literally
Literally,
14 and a half hours. We're kicking it.
Do a world record here.
Well, you made it about 13 hours.
Hey, it's not 110 like it was
What Joe
in
doesn't
Miami.
know is he's on during turn-ins tomorrow.
Joe's on during turn-ins tomorrow. At 1 o'clock, we will show up at your trailer.
Go ahead and wait for me.
Joe, it is past your bedtime.
Fireworks.
Fireworks are getting ready to go. Yeah.
And
So, hey.
he's rejuvenated from the spa today, so he's fine.
Let's bring him in. Yeah, he's rejuvenated from. That was actually kind of lovely. It was nice.
It was lovely.
Actually, I started drinking beer and I didn't do water, so I kind of need to get my water.
No, it's not just you.
What did I do?
What?
What?
God damn it.
Am I loud?
Am I being loud again?
Am I keeping you up, Joe? Am I keeping you up?
Not just me, Greg.
I think the
Western
neighbor.
hemisphere is always because
I think the neighbors left. I think they left for the weekend. They're gone.
Yeah, they checked into the elms.
They might have.
Lindsay
Actually, I
has
think
to
that.
buy them elms every
That's
year.
funny. Yeah. Hey,
in
turn.
the morning.
See you, Joe. Good luck, bud.
Good
luck, Joe.
Good luck, Joe.
We'll see you. Hey, you need a DT in the morning? You order breakfast. All right. Hey, let's bring in our guests here. We had our special guest. He just vacated it and left us alone after he teased us and wrecked our souls. But us, well, me, whomever, whichever way you
That'd
want to
be
look at it.
literally Greg.
Yeah, literally.
Here.
That's on Bree. I didn't say it. That's on her. Bree's gonna have to pee again. I can see that right now.
That's why you wear a
Working on it.
diaper,
I'm working
Bree.
on it.
Wear a
Hey, let's
diaper.
bring in who we got. We've got Eric Watts from Fairway Smokers Barbecue, right?
Yeah.
And we've got Kevin Heese from Weekend Bum Barbecue.
Yeah.
Good friend, longtime cook. And we got Dan Boles. Dan Boles from All Forked Up for Q.
Oh, yeah.
We've known for a long time, been all traveling together for a while. Kevin and Eric are, I would say, new to us, but they're not new. They're here all the time. We've known them for a lot of years. So we're going to kind of try and get to know you a little bit on this podcast and see how you're doing. We got a couple of special questions for you,
Hopefully
guys,
not about chicken.
No, it's 100% about chicken.
Oh boy.
Fuck you. You're on the show. I heard you got a new recipe this last weekend,
do.
and you
I
need
do.
to share that shit right now. That's why you're here, Eric. No
Wait.
offense, but I
Brady,
love
can
you.
you take notes for me?
I'm just kidding.
Can we get the
I'm just
audience to
kidding.
record that too?
I'm just kidding. Aaron's not paying no attention to us. He's on his phone like he always is, and he's answering phone calls.
He's selling
and
bonds.
He's selling bonds, answering phone calls.
Working.
He's big leaguing, doing podcasts and all kind of shit. World championship shit, you know. So you just tell us what you know, and we'll go with it from there. Dan, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about All Forked Up for Q and your history.
Well, Jamie and I have been on All Forked Up together since, 2013?
Probably could be close.
Jamie joined like the second contest that we ever did after going to Grandview first, and it rained, sleeted, and snowed all the same day in May. So we've been a team, and we've been traveling with you guys for since
Been a long
then.
time, yeah.
Way too long.
Way too long. You know, I think the cake takes it when we went to Mississippi in a hurricane.
I did not go, so that was without me.
Well, the world champion went.
Oh, I know. He went, Joe went, everybody went.
Dedication, Greg.
Becky would not. No, fuck that. Becky wouldn't let me go. I was down. There was a hurricane that weekend, and I couldn't convince Becky and help her understand that Columbus, Mississippi is 200 miles inland from the ocean. There was no threat of a hurricane. So,
No, it was a wet one, and I remember we had to get towed out by a tractor.
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it would have been ugly, and I would have never heard the end of it. But
Wow, with your trailer luck, man, you probably would have sunk.
yeah, I know, down to the axles, I'm sure. But we'd have stayed in Mississippi.
Or at least had some blackwater accidents.
So we got the evil eye on that one,
Becky
Jamie.
does not want to go over that again.
That's a farm stock history thing, though.
That's farm stock. Who was it that said we were coming back with farm stock? Oh, it was Christy. Farm stack 2043.
2043.
Joel says it's going to be lit.
Is that going to be at the Stauffer Estate?
We should do it at the Stauffer Estate. Why not? You will.
By 43,
12
I'd
acres
hope
is a
so.
farm in Leewood.
Plus, there's nothing on it yet.
There's not nothing on it. Kevin, tell us about yourself, man.
Started cooking 2016. First actual comp I ever did was the American Royal.
Oh.
I thought I was going to cook for a catering gig, and realized, oh, there's a competition. And the guy who was supposed to cook ribs didn't show up that morning, so we ran to Costco, and that was the first year at the racetrack. There was 560 or whatever teams, and the one meet that the guy showed up and we didn't pay attention to, we actually finished about 63rd on ribs. The rest we were 450,
Well, there's the
whatever.
American Royal
So-
for you, right?
So we did the same thing. It wasn't before Jamie. This is like 2002. We showed up, team out of Texas. A bunch of us. We were catering for like 3,000 people. Cooked brisket, got third. Never got in the top 100 after that.
So,
Now,
but-
Kevin, you were full of dedication because today or yesterday, I do believe your trailer arrived on a tow truck.
Yeah, let's
right?
talk about
Let's
that.
talk about
Arrived on
that.
a
Come on.
trailer.
Yeah, you guys were talking about sinking into tractors. Luckily, there's going to be a shameless sponsor plug here. Sunflower Tow out of Kansas City, Kansas. Luke Olnick is a good friend of mine and sponsor. I store my trailer on his lot. Helps me out a lot. And
Give me sunflower.
I live in Parkville. Coming on 35 to get a trailer up here early, about 5:30, going through Liberty on
Yep.
I-35, and I look in the left rear mirror and I see smoke coming out of the left hub of the trailer. So just past the 435 North on-ramp, I was like, well, this is the only place I can pull over. And
Yeah.
got over, called him up, and he had a tow truck there in 20 minutes. Got the trailer up, and he goes, no, I was told to follow you to Excelsior, and we're going to put this where we go. I pulled up, and the look on, Greg, your face,
Oh, yeah.
Joe's, and who else was it, Keith?
Keith.
Keith,
Yeah, Keith
The
was
look
standing
on
there.
your three faces, you weren't even looking at me. You're looking at the tow truck and my trailer on the tow truck.
I was getting ready to say that. I was watching. I've never seen it. And so
That's dedication.
I've
That's
had
dedication right
so
there.
I've had a 30-foot trailer towed home from Liberty to Belton, Missouri that I broke a spring and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Had to have a tow, but I'm looking at this hauler that has this trailer up there, and I went, I'll be damned if that ain't Heese's trailer. I didn't even see you in the truck in front of it before, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing pulling that in here? That's hardcore, man. He's gonna cook. He's here to cook.
When I'm sitting there on the side of the road, then I'm trying to get a hold of Jim, couldn't. Call Lindsay, and she's like, "What's going on?" I told her, and she goes, "Oh, so you're not coming?" I go, "No, I'm coming.
I will be there.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I don't get to cook many. I want to cook, and I don't want you. So it's just I pulled up, and for those that don't know, I rattle can my own trailer, AMC metallic blue, so it stands out.
It
So,
does. That's how we noticed it driving by.
No, I looked
Breeze
at.
texted me, "Do you need help? Do you need help? What's going on?" So well, and to add to that though, when the guy came to pick me, Cody, I know him well. He's a good guy. He gets on the trailer. I go, "Oh, by the way, I just realized I'm almost out of gas." So we had to stop to get gas on the way up. My brain I travel so much for work and stuff, but my brain. So get up here. He parks it better than I could have, and then they're gonna show up after 5 after awards tomorrow. Pick it up. Take it back to the lot, and they're gonna fix They're gonna do it all
Hardcore, man.
for me.
Awesome. That
Hardcore.
was awesome
I'm like,
right there.
yeah, I'm cooking whatever the whole company
We had
wants.
Lindsay
next
on.
level, man.
We had Lindsay on a little bit earlier. She's hardcore. She's badass. So I'm pretty sure she said, "The fuck you're backing out." She put you in there and said, "You just haul that trailer here. You deal with it Monday."
Greg, you saw her. She walks up. She goes, "I know it's not a good time right now, Kevin, but I have to get a picture of this." And she took a picture of me standing in front of the trailer and posted on Facebook.
And it was on
Yes,
Facebook
yeah.
before you even knew it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's funny.
Kevin,
next
go
we'll have
ahead
the-
and give the full plug because I think they deserve it.
Oh,
So
for
to
sure.
Sunflower, go
For
ahead
sure.
and give the full details for everybody listening.
Sunflower Toe is in Kansas City, Kansas. Luke Olnick has everything from little hookups to rollbacks to he hauls semis. He's been in business, I think, 15 years. Does a great job. If you unfortunately need a tow in the Kansas City Greater Metro or Wichita, call him up and tell him the bum sent you.
The bum sent you.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool. Kevin, and yeah, that's pretty cool.
Literally, it's cool.
Literally.
Woo!
Drink 'em. Kevin, I also know you from you guys did a class with Nick Davis down in Oklahoma. You were kind of working in the backyard area, which is really cool. But really, what I like is I think yours and Nick's, yours for sure, your dedication and your commitment to the military and our first responders and military and the veterans. And you guys you do some cool stuff and you support them, and I appreciate that. And
Yeah, I mean, and that's how I think one of the first times we met,
Right.
coming down and talking. I don't know. I love back in the services any way I can. I like doing the classes. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be a team that chases points. I love to cook, but I'm like all of us here. We're the guys that get the phone call from a friend. How to cook briskets? How to
Yeah.
cook ribs? So we started doing a class here and there, and when Nick and I teamed up, the first big class we did was in Parkville. At the VFW, and we had 28 people there.
And they were vets.
We actually had 20 of them were from the Wounded Warrior Project.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, and just having fun with that. Love supporting them. It's my way to give back when I can. And I just enjoy doing that type of stuff.
So I had a neat kid come in from that class after he took that
Crispy.
class. It's like-
Crispy,
it's
I know
literally.
him.
You know,
it's-
yeah, you
you
met
know
him at the
Crispy?
Liberty
Yes,
Comp.
yes.
So is literally this gentleman is a veteran.
He named himself.
He
like,
named
that's-
himself,
yeah.
and it kind of screwed me up when he come in the
do
store. He
that?
came in and bought a drum, and he has Crispy tattooed on it. He has burns from the military and from other things, and was a wounded vet, and just a neat character. And he comes in with his wife, and he told me his name, introduced himself. He's buying a can. And he goes, "Hi, man, my friends call me Crispy," and I went, "Crispy," and then I looked at it, and he's got some burns around it. I'm like, oh man, it just cracked me up. I said, I got to be friends with this dude. This
He's
is
awesome.
this is killer. He's such a neat guy.
When he first, you don't know how to react when
No,
somebody does it. And,
no.
and he told me, and he introduced himself. Yeah, I'm Crispy. I got the best burn ends in Kansas City.
Yes, that's
And he
exactly
goes,
what he told
and he
us.
goes,
too.
I'm a half ass because I have half of an ass.
Yeah.
And he just said, he goes, honestly, until I started using comedy to deal with
Yep.
what I went
Yeah.
through,
Yep.
Yeah.
and I did.
It's
and,
the PTSD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
for
the
sure.
cool thing is, and he told me when he went in to see you and he bought the gateway drum and everything, he's just like, I just love it, and it's his escape and
Yeah.
stuff.
And he comes in and cooks and
Yeah, he
tells us what he's cooking, and he loved it. I
Yeah.
think he did ribs the first time out after the class, and he called. He's like saying, "Oh shit," I didn't know how to. I thought I knew how to cook before, but I didn't know what I was doing. So he's a neat kid. So neat kid. Eric, tell us about you, bud. Fairway Smokers.
Fairway Smokers out of Blair, Nebraska. I started in 2018. Did a couple contests, had 2 calls and ribs, and then the hook was on.
You were
Yeah,
hooked.
right.
I think I'm trying to do 8 to 10 a year. This year I might do 12 to 15 because the year started out good. Been doing well in brisket, so kind of, when you guys know how it is. When
Yep.
you cook well, you
Yep.
want to keep
Oh,
cooking.
Yeah.
And I've got 4 more on the schedule for sure, probably 6, just depending on how it goes. But started with backyard contests at County Fair 2 or 3 years in a row, and then for some reason decided to try KCBS out, and here we are.
You decided to just throw money away for no reason, right?
For no
Exactly,
reason.
exactly.
You're obviously rich. You obviously have a great job.
From Nebraska, man. That's where
From
money comes
Nebraska.
man.
Called
yeah.
corn and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
It's just no.
Warren
So
Buffett lives there, man.
what?
he has all the money.
So does Blaine Hunter.
So does Blaine Hunter. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where the money is.
that's where the
There you
money's
go.
at. Yeah,
It's Warren then Blaine.
That's true. That's true.
that's fun. So yeah, you're doing pretty well this year. I know you've been around quite a bit, and you got some calls, and you're having some fun. And
Yeah, brisket's been, of course, for a lot of people, brisket's up and down all the time. And
Yeah.
I kind of got between 2 sets of notes last year and changing things here and there and just chasing my tail like crazy. And then this
Right.
beginning of this year, I said, you know what? I'm going back pretty much to Joe's class
right,
and cooking on the offset. I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
It works.
is that what you're cooking on?
Yeah, I got an
Yeah.
outlaw.
You got an outlaw.
Yeah.
Okay,
Got an
yeah,
outlaw.
okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So I went pretty much back to Joe's class as far as timeline and procedure goes. Obviously, I'm using Man Meat's products for the most part. So the flavors are a little different, but it's right out of the gate. It's worked, and
Right,
it's been going good.
right. Cool. Tell us about your family. I know you got your kid out here, Anderson.
Yep,
As I
he's-
think that's the first I've met him. I haven't seen him. I've seen
This
you,
is
but
only the second full comp he's been to. He went to Topeka with me last year, and my mom came with, and we hung out with Stoffers, and him and Reagan get along great.
yeah.
Have a blast together. So when I found out they were doing Kids Q here, I asked him if he wanted to cook, and
That was funny.
He said, "Yep, bring it on."
Reagan was in my trailer earlier, and she's trying to sell me trash bags and shit. She's just like trying to just pull cash out of me and Becky, and
yeah,
and
she
all of a
did.
sudden I hear this. Come on, Reagan, let's go! Because Reagan's in it. I look out there, Anderson screaming at her. And I'm like, oh my God,
And she-
it's already there.
She comes into the trailer. She goes, "Do you want to buy some trash bags?" And I'm right in the middle of pulling chicken out of the brine.
Right.
I said,
no.
"Yep." I said, "I'll come over and sign it up later." She's like, "Well, I'll just wait."
Yeah. Oh no. No, she's pressure.
come-
She's pressure sales.
yeah.
Oh,
We were
I
in the
said-
middle
I
of
said,
injecting.
"Reagan."
I said, "What are you doing, Reagan? You never come over here. What are you doing?" She goes, "Do you want to buy some trash bags?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "What?" And Becky goes, "Yes, we'll buy some trash bags." Becky's pulling off her gloves. I said, "We got stuff to do, Beck. We can't be
Oh, yeah.
interrupted by this."
That's what
Reagan
I
walks in
committed.
our trailer, and I go, she wants to sell trash bags. Jamie's injecting brisket and ribs, and she I go, where's your mom and dad? She goes, I don't need my mom and dad.
She does.
And
She
Anderson
does
was waiting
not.
outside go,
Is homestyle not selling enough? You got to sell trash bags
You
now?
gotta sell trash bags.
That's for the school. It's for the
There you
school.
go. Yeah.
I mean, I
So-
spend money on it. I mean,
So we have a story about it too. So I guess she came over to our trailer,
She
Talk-
told me she was
to
going
talk
to
to-
every single trailer
but
here.
she talked to
hit
Owen.
the ghetto where
so
I'm at.
she was over talking
on
to
blocks.
Owen. Owen said, "Yeah, I'll buy some trash bags." So she said, "Great." So, so he signed up. He goes, "But I don't have any money." And she goes, "You don't need money. Just put your name down." And he's like, "Do you need that in cursive or do you need it in print?" And she
Hey,
goes, "I don't care."
if
whether
I
it's
knew
cursive
that's
or
the way it worked, I'd let Aaron and Christy pay for the bags. You didn't give her no money, did you? Let's put her name on there.
Yeah, put me down for a full roll.
Well, and as I understand it, she got the sheet today.
Yes.
And their goal was to get to 20.
Yeah,
and I think
she already
after
hit
the
it.
third team, it was already
At
there.
a 30 minutes.
She got
at
the
a 30
she got
minutes,
the
she hit it.
she got
Yeah.
the 10 with Becky, I think.
I
God,
think she should partner with Jordan and start selling stuff.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
God, that'd be a dynamic duo, wouldn't it? My God, that's
So
funny.
yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
So tell us about chicken.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Bring out the
Just
chicken.
kidding. I'm
Chicken's
just
not
kidding.
good. Chicken's not good.
What's brought you to barbecue? How'd you find your way to it?
Barbecue pit masters. I mean,
Pit masters, same thing.
realistically.
Do you have any mentors? Don't say Aaron. Don't say Aaron Stauffer. Don't say,
I'll say Blaine.
Recent mentor.
recent mentor. You mean? Not lately. He's
Probably
in,
Blaine.
He's
You're
in
probably a Blaine prodigy, aren't you? Protege?
Not really. I've only really known Blaine for a few years. Do you guys know Stephen Christie Rounds, Smoking Dinger?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he's a great guy.
I know
He's a
Smoking
guy.
Dick. He's a great dude.
Yeah, so they live in Blair. Him and my dad were real good friends when they were growing
wow.
up. So
Cool.
I actually helped him for 2 contests before I decided to do my own. So
Cool.
yeah, I would say probably there. He's where I got most of my information at the start, and then just kind of ran from there. But
That's pretty cool. He's a neat dude.
yes, he is. Yep.
He's a neat dude. He
Yeah.
comes.
They're good
we haven't
people.
seen him much out this year.
They just started cooking. I think they've done 6 this year.
Have
Kind
they?
of
Okay.
staying up Minnesota.
right.
They've done 3 in Minnesota.
Aren't they usually ambassadors down at the Royal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
they'll be
Oh,
down
yeah.
there this year. Yep.
Kevin, I overlooked. I love talking about the military and the stuff you do, and you have a passion for some of that stuff, and it's infectious and it's kind of cool. But I forgot to say that you're World Series of Barbecue American Royal Pork Champion. You got a perfect score at the Royal and landed a 180 and a first place pork in 21. Yeah, 21. It was really cool. Kevin's such a neat guy. We asked him to bring. We didn't ask him. I'll bring the trophy into the store if you want. Take a picture.
I brought the pork from you. I wanted to
Well,
promote
that
it.
is true. He did. He brought the trophy into the store. We're taking pictures with Devin and Kevin with the
Champions
the
Tour.
Champions Tour. Yeah, he was on a tour.
Somebody's got some championship
Yeah, they
going on.
do.
Yeah, we don't. Somebody does. So, mentors. How'd you get to barbecue? How'd you find it?
Well, it's weird. I grew up loving to cook.
Right.
My mom was a baker, and I was the oldest out of 3 boys, and I just sat in the kitchen and did all that stuff. And I always grew up cooking, and it's kind of funny. I didn't know what actual barbecue was.
That's what we were talking about, Greg.
Wow.
What?
What?
He's farting some reefer over
Do you
here,
not
man.
smell that?
Oh no, I did. Where's it coming from?
Well,
No, but somebody's got some good
somebody's
I
got.
caught it and I
Why
caught
are
it
they
and
not
I-
sharing? That's
I
what I want.
caught it and it lost my attention. I was like, I forgot what he was saying.
Getting a little buzz over here, isn't he?
Where you at, pothead? Where's the good stuff at? I'm just kidding. Kevin, go.
That's all right. We're smelling it too. Either that or it's Dan's breath. I don't know. One of the two. But
Hot garbage.
But it's hilarious. When I moved to Kansas City at one point, I remember working with a friend, and we were talking about barbecue, and he was from here, and I said, yeah, I barbecue, and he goes, yeah, okay, and I was like, yeah, chicken on the gas grill and this and that, and he just started laughing. I grew up in Omaha, and barbecue wasn't a thing really there. And I just slowly learned. I mean, the first smoker I ever bought was a master-built electric smoker where you throw the chips in.
The little
And
Bradley pellet.
and I thought that was the best thing in the world. And I still remember I was cold smoking some cheese in January, and I dragged.
It's the best
pa-
time to cold smoke cheese. I'm
Yeah, it is
say.
the best time to
Best
cold
time
smoke
of year
cheese.
to cold smoke cheese.
thought you were gonna make the
No,
papers rolled
no,
just
I was-
fine.
I
Don't
was-
worry.
I was
But
trying-
anyway.
I was trying to be good.
I moved this. I picked it up and I had it on a workbench and I slid it into the garage and it thing slipped off and crashed. And you should have seen my jaw just hit the ground and I saw the plastic hinges break off, everything go. Cheese. I wasn't even worried about the cheese. I was mad about the smoker, and I was like, picked it up and I was like, called my wife. I said, guess I got to buy a new smoker. And she goes, well, I'm like, okay. I had, in 2 weeks, I had a Cook Shack PG 500.
Hell yeah, you did. Hell yeah, you did.
And,
You went all in.
and yeah, I went all in. And the first American Royal, like I said, I had never been to the Royal before. When it was in the West Bottoms. First one I went to was at Arrowhead, which everybody's like, that's the worst one you ever went to.
Yeah.
But I was a NASCAR ticket season holder, so I was always that weekend. So I went, hung out with Randall Updike with Smoking Elvis's, is a good fraternity brother of mine, good friend. I went to that, and I'm walking around, I'm just like, okay, I got to do this. I got to get in, and you know, first season I was minivan fully loaded with a landscape trailer with a Cook Shack PG 500 and a Riptangle.
Wow.
If anybody had ever seen those, it's out
It's
of
a beast,
Ripplemeyer out of St. Louis. Two heaviest smokers you could possibly do that aren't trailer mounted.
Right, yeah.
Luckily, I didn't have bearings go out then, that's for sure. But my first, again, a friend asked if we'd cook at the Royal for a party of his. Said sure, and then we found out we had to do the comp. Cooked that. The next year, I'm all in, and St. Joe was our first official comp. Got 7th place chicken and first place People's Choice. I was like, oh, this is easy.
Right.
Yeah, it was,
That's that hook,
so,
Kevin.
yeah,
That's the hook.
that treble hook was in good. But
Yeah.
no, I just, honestly, I just love cooking. It's fun. Just the people that I met, people I never would meet any other way other than this event.
For sure.
Guys like
For
you,
sure.
Greg, you know, coming into the store and stuff, and Jamie and Bree and everybody. It's just, it is a lot of fun.
Yep.
You know, I honestly, my goal, and it sounds weird, I know everybody, I don't have a GC yet, but if I hear my name once, that's good. I
Yep.
know I've achieved, and then my scores, I know, okay, I'm there, I'm in the ballpark. Just because I know I'm not cooking it often enough to really do it, but
You have
I
a
just love
Squaresy,
doing
you don't need a GC.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
You have a Squaresy that
true.
none of us
The
have.
6 of us have on those.
And Kevin, you are one of the only people I know that have cooked internationally this year.
So
That was actually cool.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
So my company I work for is their headquarters is in Sheffield, England, which is about 3 hours north of London. We're 100% employee owned, and I was voted in as one of the reps to represent all the employees in the States. So I go 3 times a year to England to represent the employees to board meetings. I get to professionally and politely question executives on everything that's going on. But they like to drink, so I get along with them very well.
That helps.
And this is my second year doing it, and I kept watching, and there happened to be a comp in the Netherlands the weekend before I was supposed to go over for meetings. So I know there's a guy that sells I cook on Hunsaker Smokers.
I was getting ready to ask you. I know what you cook on, but
I cook on those, and I knew there was a guy that reps them over there, and I reached out to him on Facebook.
so Mark is shipping international?
Mark ships
I didn't know that.
ships to him. He's the only one overseas that does them. But I reached out to Eric, and I did a Facebook video call with him. Had a conversation. Yeah, if it works out. So, long story short, I flew into Belgium, got in a car with a trailer attached to it with a guy I'd never met in person. Drove an hour and a half north. Pull up to this old shipping yard that's now a barbecue supply store.
Sounds like a horror
Oh,
film.
that sounds
Yeah.
totally safe,
Exactly.
Kevin. Totally.
Meanwhile, when I go over to the
They
UK,
make movies about this
Right.
shit.
Yeah,
it's
they do.
a
Lots
long
of
trip.
them.
I don't sleep on the plane. I try to so I can adjust to the time zone. Long story short, I was up for 39 hours straight.
Oh,
It's a Saturday-Sunday comp. I landed on a Friday, and here's the cool part. It's these guys. We sell all these big rig, fancy
Oh, yeah.
trailers. I mean, my trailer's big over there. These guys they're under easy ups. They're under 2 10x10s, whatever.
Right, yeah.
But they'll pull up on something that's smaller than the size of my little 6x10 trailer, and this one team, they popped up this complex where they had 2 fridges and butcher's tables and all the stuff, and it was just crazy. I I think there was 19 teams there, 18 teams. Everybody was friendly as can be. Good to know. Eric, the guy who he does SCA mainly now, but he had 4 hunts acres. Just imagine going someplace and you're not bringing any of your own stuff, not any of your own meat, nothing.
Oh no.
And I did.
It makes me sick.
I did message Brad Leininger and said, "Hey, you've cooked internet. What do I need to know?" And all Brad had to say was, "Chicken sucks." He said, "Smog your own chicken in." He goes, "If you can't, pull the skin off, remove the fat, jacquard it, whatever." And I did. I did all that, and the meat was atrocious. Nothing were in the trailer. I knew where it was.
Yeah.
It took me. I ended up getting 3 calls. I had brown sugar instead of. I don't use brown sugar.
Yeah.
I would have flipped my ribs earlier. That I got 3rd overall. Ribs probably would have cost me a GC, but
You burn them.
yeah, it was crispy as could be. I mean, but here's the cool part. The night before, I'm next to in this complex. I call this little complex Easy Up. These guys are playing techno music, thumping left and right. I'm in bed by 10. I mean, and I'm up here and I'm on 30th hour of no sleep. And I'm just like, sure, I don't know what that beer says, just give that to me. And I'm just like going with the flow. I'm just in a mode, just go. It's like my first year when I just drank and I like, oh, I actually have to compete. But
There's a
these
reason
guys,
I'm here now.
yeah, these guys actually, they stopped at one point, and Riverland Smokers, great team. They actually do their own comp over there. They actually presented me with a small little trophy to thank me for coming over there as an American to come over and cook over there. So it was really cool.
Never cool.
Had fun with that. Just great group of people. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So
that's really cool. It's a neat experience. Something I think we all want to do. I'm just not sure we'll be able to ever do it. I know. Matt Barber from Hot Wachulas down in Florida. He had been going every year for a while over to Italy, up in the mountains, in freezing cold weather in these cabins, sub-zero, and cooking up there. It's pretty cool experiences.
I mean, even though my flight over to like London was covered, I mean, and the flight over to Belgium was like $100, but all the other costs, I'm like, it cost me more than a comp here, just because of everything else involved.
Yeah.
Sure.
I shipped a box literally smaller than it would hold 12 bottles of rub, Greg.
Wow.
That cost me $500. Oh. Because I said, "What can you get?" And he sent me. And I was like, "Oh, I need to get JDQ. I need to get this. I need to get this." You know, and I was like, it cost me $500. But if I'm gonna cook, I want to cook with what I know what it was. And I said, but here's the thing that it was so much fun. I want to do it next year.
That's cool.
I mean, if the opportunity exists, I want to do it next year.
That's cool.
And here's a little thing that's kind of, I know I have my personal Facebook page, no bum page, by the way. Quit following the old bum page.
I learned more.
Yeah,
The real.
I learned more in an hour when
There's
your
gonna be
page
the
got hacked
real
than I've ever
weekend
learned
bum.
from you. Ever.
But coincidentally, 2 weeks ago, I was contacted by the American Royal. They asked me if I'd be interested in assisting with the international teams. And so I was like, okay, whatever.
Kevin
I
Heese, the ambassador.
That's right.
I showed up to a
Love it.
meeting.
We should give
and
him
they
a
said
nickname.
just because I showed up to a meeting, I was automatically in.
Yeah, you were voluntold. You were voluntold.
That was the
Kevin Heese, International Weekend.
But it
Club.
was it was interesting, and I looked at him. I said, "Look, I'm still cooking. You need to know that. I have that." But just listening to the dynamics, and I mean, Greg, you know, you run competitions, and I've worked with Nick. I see what he goes through. There's a lot that we all don't know in the backstory, but listening to there's 12 people in that room and what they go through and what they have to do, I love that. I thrive on that type of stuff. But it was real interesting doing that, and I'm gonna do it. I said I'll do what I can help. My spot's down from International Row. It's good, but I just love fostering the whole idea of barbecue.
Dude, it's gonna be fun,
Absolutely.
dude. they come big time at the Royal, and they
Oh.
put it on, and they have fun.
They
Yeah.
do.
Did you ever see the Japanese contingency when they come?
I sat and drank Sapporo with the Japanese team last year.
Dude,
and
they have so
gave me
much
2
damn-
cases of beer.
Hey,
and
they
it
have
was a
some good
blast.
stuff.
They have so much damn fun when they
That's
come
some of
in.
my favorite
and there's
beer.
like
Yes.
30 of them, right? And they
Yeah.
come with the whole crowd. They have-
Unfortunately, they're not coming this year.
Are they not coming?
No, they're not. We got a team from Jamaica coming though.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they
Come on,
bobsledders too?
I'm gonna put a bobsled
Are they on
in
the
their spot.
bobsled team? Now they're in barbecue. God damn it! The bobsled team from Jamaica is now in barbecue. What the hell are we gonna do?
So Kevin, I got a question though. You talked about having to ship the stuff. Could you not have put it in your suitcase and checked another suitcase?
Up to an
a
extent.
certain
So
amount.
when I go over, I'm there for.
So he
work.
was
I
in.
have to
He
wear a
was in.
suit.
He was in Belgium at the disco, the psychedelic disco club. He carried a whole different wardrobe
So,
over there. I'm sure.
Yeah, got
yeah.
this floral outfit,
Oh, boy.
you know, like velour.
no judgment. No
Yeah,
judgment,
no,
Kevin.
no.
No.
Unfortunately, I
seen
have to
Pitch
wear
Perfect
a
2?
suit at
German
these.
team?
Ring a bell. Ring a bell.
Yes.
You don't wear a suit normally, do you?
But I squeezed in. And here's another shameless plug. I squeezed in 20 bottles of Perfect Weekend
There you
Bum
go.
Rub, and I went around. I gave one to each team.
Awesome.
And handed them out and stuff like that. And so I, trying to. We're not international yet. There's a lot going into the labeling with that, but
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep. It's definitely.
No. That's,
Well,
JDQ was on our first podcast. It was the second one, and he was talking about maybe trying to get to shipping international and
so
just
there's,
the work
there's
it
a
has
lot
to go
more.
into
There's,
it.
well, it's not
Their
only
labels are
distribution; it's the
insane.
labeling. So like
And-
that's what we've gone through. Yeah.
So they're labeling on products that come in
Yep.
because the guy that sells the Hunsikers, they help me out. He brings Croy Valley's big.
Yeah.
He sells
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He said, and I looked at a label and I was like, oh my god. And he said, if it's not exactly
Yep.
like this, he said they'll randomly test bottles, and if it's not exactly what you say, you're done forever.
That's hardcore.
So it's
we're a
really
bunch of damn
hard.
Yanks over here. We're
Well,
ready.
and,
Yeah.
and it's gotta have. You can have made in the USA, but not the American flag now, and you can't have the social
it
media
changes anything we
icons
do
anymore.
here, plus
I
the
mean,
nutrition,
it's
nutrition
huge.
and stuff.
Yep,
So
it's huge.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of things they ban that
Oh,
are in
big
our
time.
stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yep,
Big time.
yep. I mean, here, take whatever. If
Phosphates.
it causes cancer, just do it. Oh yeah. What do you think was on my People's Choice? I get hammered accent like crazy.
Kidneys will hurt later.
Yeah, it's
Can't
all
have,
good. It's all
can't
good.
have the American flag on it.
No.
Or the
No, that's a
social media
reason- it's-
icons either.
So not for depending on where you're distributing over there. Like if you're in barbecue supply, you can, but if you're in grocery, no. You can have the words made in the USA on it, but you can't have any of the social media icons on there. So that's a recent change. So all of our labels are having
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
Fireworks time.
We're back at Excelsior Springs post fireworks. We took a break. You probably heard him. We got some video of him. We love you too, buddy.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
He'll get to the end of the block and remember something.
Not even that far.
Or not remember something.
Yeah, I'm sure this is going to go off the rails for too long. So, Dan, we're going to come back to Dan here. We got through Kevin and Eric and asked a few questions, and we're going to get to Dan. Oh, Stretch. Oh, hang on a sec. I'm reading reading the text.
Stretch isn't here.
He wants to
Reading
do
the
his
text.
interview over.
He's already done his.
He's
he
in the
wants to
green
start-
room eating the pizza and and
The-
signing
the Per-
autographs.
the Perrier.
Shaking babies and signing autographs, baby.
Shaking babies and signing out here. Dan, tell us about your origins, your start. Give us. I was going to ask you a question about. Shit, I can't remember. We've had fireworks and beer since then, so
A little bit.
I literally don't know.
Literally.
Shit, literally. Hey, literally, shit.
Another
God damn it.
guy.
We need to get another drink.
I need another one here.
Where's the road crew,
Hey,
man?
Bradley, let's go. No, you need to hook us up.
You got road beers, Brad?
behind you.
Hey, Bar Winch, I know you got road beers. Get over here.
There's somebody
Hey,
got
I
road
got
beers and
a
you got shower.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure
and-
Brad's got shower beers.
And the beautiful Jen just brought over M&M's. See, she knows. Hey, I need a funnel cake. You think you can get one of those? I'm just kidding.
If you want the low budget
Damn, I got a
shit, I got
spicy
that.
margarita.
Give us the low budget shit.
I like low
Corn
budget.
cans. I love.
I can't
For
do
the
that. I
farmers.
can't do that. That's not enough alcohol in there for me.
For the farm. Have
You
two
want the
of them.
corn can? I got the
I'm doing
spicy
those
margarita.
Monaco's nines.
Are
I
they
like
hot?
those. They're awesome.
Yeah, apparently I've already got through a case tonight. So
Woo! A bush? Never mind. That does not sound good. So, let me
All
stop
right.
right there.
Oh boy.
Definitely falling off the rails
Brady,
at this point.
Brady,
So
you know that sounded good.
we have a lot of editing to do, I think.
Oh, I don't think.
Bobby's got his
I don't
work
think
cut
you
out
edited
for
a
him.
damn
This is
thing.
gonna cost me a fucking
We're
fortune.
gonna go
This
viral.
one's gonna be
Greg.
the top.
what you need,
That's
what you
what
need
I
is
got.
barbecue life after hours.
Oh yeah. See?
Which
After
after the
dark.
fireworks that
After
started
dark.
after hours, I
We
think.
talked about that before.
this
Barbecue
below deck?
a barbecue
After
night.
Below
fireworks.
deck, baby.
What-
After
dark.
fireworks
What-
with Greg Hasty.
What show was that? It was After Dark. Which one were we got? We got
Big
kind
Brother.
of funky.
Big brother.
No. Barbecue Life Show. We had it after the.
That was Osceola. I'm sure I wasn't there for that one. The late.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
'cause
was.
Bree
After
keeps it
Dark.
clean. Cookie leaves.
All I know,
Not really.
all I know is if I would have listened to the Christy Stauffer podcast while I was at home,
Oh yeah.
I
you-
would have been rolling on the floor drunk
I
with
know.
how many literallys were thrown out.
That was a bad day.
That was a good one to listen to over lunch.
Oh, that's right. The new thing. Every time I hear it, literally.
Yeah, yeah.
I did
That
again.
was where it was.
I don't have a beer.
Yep.
Why not?
For only
Come
on, Greg.
$5.99 a
Brad
month.
didn't give me one.
After
Brad
hours
looked
with
at me and gave him to
Greg
everyone else.
Hasty.
There's a bitch beer in that cooler for Greg.
Boom, chicka, bow, bow.
All right, Dan, tell us your story, man. Tell us how you got into barbecue. Where we're at.
Hey, the funnel cakes are in front of the Hall of Waters on the north side.
Let's get the important
Where did
things
you find
taken
that
care
out?
of.
I just text Lindsay to ask her where they're at.
Take the person that
Hey,
knows.
Right in
you know
front
what?
of us,
It would be
Jamie.
a good opportunity for you to get to
Gregory.
know Becky. Take Becky some cash and go get some funnel cakes.
Wait, aren't all of the vendors on the north side of the Hall of Waters?
That's kind of what I thought.
Right, get little carts right there.
Eric, stop.
It says in front of the Hall of Waters on the north side with all the vendors.
Well, I'm just asking.
you
So that's right here.
Oh, she did say all
This
of the
is the north
vendors.
side.
I don't know what the north.
Oh
is.
yeah, north
gotta
side.
be
It's
right on the
gotta be
road.
right on the road.
It's literally at the end of the street.
Come on, Jen.
The
Nope,
qu-
no pressure.
Go.
The quandary of
We need like 20 funnel cakes over here.
We'll Venmo.
the quandary. Oh,
While you're over there, take a
You
right,
said
check my
he
generator
said a
for
bitch
gas.
beer.
where's this?
He said a bitch beer. That's what I got you.
You can't say that.
I can't say that.
That
Bobby,
edited-
we'll get that in
Bobby
post.
got it.
Editing.
Mulvaney beer drinks the same, Greg.
Not for me. Not for me.
Okay. Yeah, never mind. You know what? You know why he's not drinking that? Because there's no olives in it.
There's a
Who's got some olives for Greg here? Princess needs olives.
Yeah, you drink that.
Princess is kind of picky.
Do you know those came out of the
I
same bat?
know
One's
where it
filtered.
comes from, but
Almost the same.
It's filtered.
Oh, yeah.
I have
like
Coors. I have Coors
triple
Light
filter.
in the trailer. Becky won't bring me one. I think she went to bed. So
That's like she's not even out here. Don't even throw her under the bus.
listen, you deserve what you deserve. She gets what she gets.
She's a
She
saint.
deserves a gold fucking crown, Greg. I'm just saying.
That some bitch
Hey,
ought to be
Brad,
platinum with diamonds.
I think somebody needs to go to bed.
Blinged out.
Brad, you're on your own tomorrow. There's one team we don't have to worry about.
There you go.
Ouch. Hey, and I think that's our goal. We'll knock him out. I mean,
That is the
what
goal.
can we do to get knocked? Stop.
Somebody bring shots to Greg.
Yeah.
Hey,
Exactly.
hey, we're doing the Windex shot tomorrow, so we'll filter out
I
all
need
the
a gummy.
non-alcohol items for Greg.
We should probably introduce just for a second. We should say that we are.
Well,
You gotta turn the camera
sorry,
on.
Dan.
No, we can't turn it over there. I'm waiting for Dan. I'm waiting
Oh,
for Dan.
well, you keep interrupting. I'm
Well,
just saying.
I was
Yeah, you asked-
I'm
you asked-
interrupting.
Talk over him, Dan. Talk over him.
It's everyone else
Dude, I'm
interrupting.
the quiet one here, right? But so,
What the fuck was
I
that?
called BS. I'm just saying.
hey, I mean, Jamie and I, we could start for the first 2 hours without ever talking. I mean, it's not like it's like we can hear Greg the whole way. But
That is not Greg or I. Just saying.
no, so how I got into barbecue, so probably about 2002, 2003, somewhere in there. Two buddies of mine, Richard and Ed, they were doing a neighborhood barbecue contest, and we said, "Yeah, we'll cook that." And they both lived in the same neighborhood. We weren't that far away from them, so we said, "Yeah, we'll cook."
Cops.
What's going on?
Sorry.
They're
He goes the
looking for-
wrong way down a one-way street.
They're following the smell.
yeah, they're following the smell. So
But it's not donuts.
they were going to do this contest. They're going to,
Maybe.
bounce houses, whatnot. And so the night before, we go out and spend this is 2002, so like $700 worth of meat is like, well, that's a lot of meat. Now it's just like half a contest, but
Right.
so
That ain't no lie.
so we're out there, we're trimming the meat and getting it all ready.
Thanks,
and,
Dan.
And we're
See you, bud.
looking out his back door because out the back door you can see the pool. That's where everything's supposed to be. And there's like nothing there. There's supposed to be fire pits, bounce houses. So he calls the person that was running the organization, running the contest. He goes, "Yeah, we only had 2 people sign up, so we canceled it." and they go, "Did you not think about not calling the second person to cancel this contest?" So I'm talking maybe some whiskey and beer later. We call a guy who has a band. He goes, "Hey, we need a band tomorrow night in our driveway." And we had to have the electricity rewired because we blew circuits. and we were called the Sofa Kings at that time. And we went to the thrift store, bought a cheap-ass sofa, put it in the driveway, and we're smoking up meat. And we literally have like 600 people in the front yard. Literally, yes. We got to have a drink there.
Literally, hold on. Here we go. Ready?
So
It's only with Greg.
I thought it was just Greg.
and we did not know at Lee's Summit you had to have a permit to have a party after 10 o'clock. So the police show up at
Oh
10
my
o'clock.
God, Aaron's got real
The
liquor.
police show up at 10 o'clock when
Aaron's
you got
got
quiet.
shots.
Now the band was leaving at 10:30 because they had another gig, and so we're there, and one of the guys that we called like everyone that night before, and we had 600 people, and a couple more attorneys, and they were having a good time. And he goes, "Hey, this is one of my attorneys," so they're talking to the cops, and they let us go, and we keep it down to a low roar. So the next day he calls, "Hey, we're going to get a spot at the Royal. You guys want to cook for us?" and they go, and Richard calls and he goes, "Yeah, how many people?" 3,000.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my.
So we literally,
bigger than 100.
Not
That's
literally.
what I'm worried about.
So it was like, and he goes, "Well, don't worry about it. I got my uncles and coming up from Texas, and they bring up this 1,000-gallon propane tank that they've converted, cooks, a ton of meat, and then we're cooking it, and I think we went through like 6 kegs the first night, and we had a party the next night, and there was so much booze. I mean, we don't remember the next morning. And we were cooking invitational, so we're cooking, and then we
I
get
smell it
third
over here.
that next day, and we have a great time.
Woo! Caramel
Salted
shots
caramel.
by
It is
Mandy.
30 minutes
Yum.
past 9:22. I'm just telling you right now.
Salted caramel.
So that's how we got into it. So
We're doing the
We- my bedtime.
9:53 shot.
yeah. So we cooked the Royal only for maybe 10 years. Yes, sir.
Get in here, champ.
Come on, Aaron.
I mean,
Who else wants one?
Yeah, get a champ.
Bradley, AA, Ron.
Bradley,
Culture.
AA, Ron.
It's caramel. Come on, man.
Bradley,
Let's go,
AA,
Bradley.
Ron.
Let's go. Hey, Ron.
literally.
This is good stuff.
Sorry, Jake, we didn't mean to interrupt you.
This podcast brought to you by American Fire Barbecue and Grilling Supply.
And man meat supply.
And man meat
No,
barbecue.
the
The
real
real
champion.
man meat.
Where you
The
can find
real
perfect
champion.
weekend
The
bum
real
and
meat
hot
barbecue.
bum.
And smoking fire magic.
Smoking magic,
Smoking
not
fire.
smoking fire.
Get in here.
Oops.
Smoking.
That's
Hey.
the faux pas.
Heck yeah.
Gotta have a cheer. What
All
is
right,
it?
come on, Greg.
Hey. Hey, if it ain't Kim, if it ain't me, let it be you. Good luck, everybody. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Get it, get it, get it.
Woo!
Oh, that salted caramel is so
Oh,
good.
it is so yummy.
That's, that salted caramel is so yummy,
Aaron,
Jamie.
you gotta bring that all the time. That's so yummy.
Jamie, what do you think about my salted caramel? Is
I
this
think
so
it needs
yummy?
to go over ice cream.
That's good.
It sounds amazing.
would be good.
Over ice cream.
I've been drinking a Bud
Yes,
Light.
Katie had 4
I did not.
over ice cream.
I've been drinking a Bud Light. and
I
it's
didn't make
kinda
it to the
wearing
11
on
o'clock.
Drink that
Don't chase it with the Bud Light.
me. Hey, Dan. What's your favorite accomplishment in barbecue? What's your best accomplishment? What are you
Now we're
most
going
proud
deep.
of in barbecue?
Probably our first place in pork, which was down at P Hill, and then several 180 since then. But probably the first place we ever got.
Yeah.
I mean, the GC was great too. I mean, that was a few years later, or maybe a couple years later. But that first, you got it's not that good. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
you go actually, our first call at the same contest was ribs. And Terry, who was on our team at the time, was cooking it. He goes, I got to go to the bathroom. and he goes, and we got a call like 7th place. He goes, oh, fuck.
Yeah, because he was still in the bathroom when they called it.
So I go, and Jamie and Dan and Angie go get it. I said, okay. And then for a while there, I was the only one going up. But that was probably the first thing. But that first place at, I think the contest, Aaron got his first reserve.
Yeah, it was the old P Hill one.
That was our favorite contest. That was
God dang, I just spaced. What was the name of that one? I can't remember.
Smoking on the creek.
route.
Smoking
No,
on-
it's a creek.
It was Smoke on the Creek.
Smoking in Big Creek.
In the Big Creek.
Big Creek.
Yeah.
So that was a
Appeal.
fun contest. I mean, Stan Hayes, and that's when we were cooking on the pit maker.
Yeah.
That very first year we cooked 5 contests. We cooked on 4 or 5 different smokers. And one of them would be perfect for Memphis in May because you could cook 3 fucking hogs on it. Because you would
That's
reach
a
in,
beast to fire
you would
up.
reach in, and I go halfway back.
Oh wow.
It took a quart of wood to get it to temperature.
Now it would
And
burn
an
a quart
hour
of wood.
plus.
But once it was there, it would
225.
run all day long.
All day long.
275 all day long.
And then before Jamie built the fire shield, you would get a sunburn on the right side of your body. Yeah, because the guy who built it was a Buzz.
Yeah, Buzz built it.
And he wanted to cook it at the Royal. He died before that happened. So we did it for the first one. Literally, we brought the smoker and a full quart of wood.
Wow.
on the first trailer load.
On the first trailer load.
of like 4 that we brought.
Because we got it going. Now, above the firebox was like a true microwave because it was at like 700 degrees in that thing.
Oh my.
You could put a tin loin in there and be done in like 2 minutes. And we put it in there like 10 minutes, like, oh, this is
Put
dry.
SCA
This is like a
steak on
bacon.
that.
Oh, yeah. It was a beast. And, you didn't want to stop it because it took 2 hours to get hot.
Sure,
And then Jamie was was at the judge class. And so I'm walking up there and there's lightning striking. This is a metal trailer.
Oh.
At the Royal down at we were literally next to the Golden Corral, Ox.
As far as you can get away.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
as far as it was a 10-minute walk
Oh
to
my.
turn in,
Oh, wow.
and Johnny Trigg was like 4 spaces away.
Oh.
And the guys next to us, this is when we kind of like the pit maker. They were an IBCA team and they came down and we got to tour their trailer and they're cooking on a pit maker, which is when we kind of fell in love with the pit maker. It's like cool. Put a thing of charcoal in it, burn for 25 hours, and not have to refill it. And it's fully insulated, so if you were cold, you were never going to get hot off this thing. But you had the dragon, so that's before we went fully gay.
According to Brad.
No, according to
Murphy.
Ryan Murphy, Dirt Road Barbecue. I mean, so when we started hanging with them, we were was it racing for the barbecue, and so it was his birthday weekend. It's the first time we really started to hang with him, and he goes, "When do you get the drums?" He goes, "Man, you've gone half gay." and literally before the end of the year, we switched to all drums, and because we bought the first drum because chicken sucked. We could cook 3 meats on it or 1. That's all you could cook. We just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And so we said, we'll get we'll do the chicken because that's usually the worst one, and it's still our worst meat.
Which they say is the worst thing to cook on a drum.
Exactly. Tim Cheer goes, that's the
100%
last thing you should buy for the drum on the drum was the chicken. I said, okay. Well, that's what everyone else buys. I said, well, that's just an anti-marketing technique. He probably sold 1,000 drums just for that.
Oh, yeah.
And so, we went full gauge before the end of the year. Then we got our. I'm trying to think, Jamie. Did we get
Sorry, let me adjust.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
were we still
different
cooking on the
types,
pit maker when we won the GC in Sugar Creek? I think, or we were straight.
No.
We were straight gut drums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were
Drums.
okay.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. I don't remember much of that because I had like 11 shots. and this is like the last time I remember.
I was not there for the cook.
So I
So
remember.
the problem could be not the smoker. I'm just
No,
saying.
well, there's that too. So, so
No.
we go to dirt road. They're doing
always
the,
the
the 922 or whatever shot was, and then Joe Pierce and I, we're like pouring the handle of Fireball straight down our throats.
Oh, gosh.
And we beat Joe by 2/10.
Yeah.
And
Both years, I think.
So
We
he
beat
had
her
a
back to
little. He had
back.
a little bit more fireball.
yeah.
Joe
And
did.
I'm not going to say what Honka Honka was doing next door.
That's that
The
contest.
trailer was rocking.
Don't come a knocking, baby.
And I remember Dan and Angie and Morgan goes, where the hell's Dan? And they're looking for me because I went to someone else's shot, which I don't know who it was. And then so I pulled the brisket off at that time, and literally the burn ends were stuck to the aluminum. I turned them in, and we got like a third place call. I'm just saying. And it's like,
And I think that was our first contest that we had 4 calls in. Also.
it was our first
Oh, wow.
contest with 4 calls. And the ribs, they should be coming off. They're still tight. So I open them all the way up, and that thing jumps up to 500 degrees. And then I'm slicing it, and I think we got like fourth, third on ribs, but it's like, holy crap! It's like
So Kevin and Eric, this is your tips for the first GC. Kevin, you mentioned you ain't got a GC, so just
It's
burn the
11
shit out of
shots.
some burn ends, and
Stick them to aluminum
Yeah.
foil and
I
drink
guess
a
I
line.
need to find a point for tomorrow.
yeah, exactly.
I need help with chicken.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah, well, we're there. We're coming. So Kevin,
I think
I'm pretty.
almost everybody needs help with chicken.
except Aaron
Except for
Stoff.
man meat.
Except
He's
Aaron
got
Stoff.
like 5
there
180s
he
in the
is.
last 6
With
contests.
that peep show, right?
I'm surprised he's not in first place.
If you could see the look on his face,
I'm joking.
Bus.
the
After dark.
oh my
I
God,
was joking.
That's so
My
funny.
bad. I went too far.
You went too
Went
far.
too
You
far.
crossed the line, Bree.
Bree, you have to leave now.
No, but you're right. Aaron just said
I
in the
wanted to
Get me
see
a
if
beer
he was
before you
paying
go.
attention.
I mean, the look in the background at the World Championships after, we're sitting there, we're in the back row, and, Aaron gets that 180 call for Briscoe second place.
Yep.
God damn, he won it. And
Yeah,
then
we were
30
clearing spaces
and I
so
started
that
walking up.
everybody could get to
I
it.
wanted to walk up so I could give him a hug, right? And then 30 seconds later, Smoked and Furious.
Yeah.
And the look on his face. It's like the look when, like, Meet Rushmore here's, meet me in St. Louis.
Right,
like,
right,
oh,
right.
Yeah.
we were talking. It's the Butt Pucker Club, and Aaron is now the president. It was like because I'm sitting next to.
He was looking right at me when they called Smoked and Furious, and he's like,
Yeah, and he and I were talking about it today. It's like it would have been worse if Smoked and Furious didn't get a call because all he needed to do is finish in the top 40 and still would have won.
Right, right.
Oh yeah.
Because
Then
of what
you
he said.
wouldn't have known.
Yeah, exactly. He said that would have been far worse because you get a 4 call and you don't win,
Yeah.
and no one else gets 4 calls.
Yeah.
Well, it was so fun on Sunday because, like, we knew at
Oh, yeah.
Worlds that they had it locked up.
Yeah.
And Katie with Meet Rushmore and I, we were sitting literally in front of them. So we're like, Katie and I are like moving our chairs, making room so that everybody could get over to them, right?
Oh yeah.
So that was awesome.
Yeah, I jumped out of Pirates golf cart.
golf cart.
And was recording it, and apparently the same thing happened during their wedding. I accidentally pushed the button right when they called their name. So it's like,
Oh no!
apparently that happened at their wedding too.
I thought Joe was recording too. I said
There
that
may
to
be
Chris.
another recording,
I don't-
but Christy looks at me and sticks her tongue out and gives me, no, it's not us kind of look. It is you because
It is.
no
It
one's,
totally
no
is
one's even
you.
close. I mean,
Everybody else knows.
I mean, the second place was what, they got what 708 and
Drastically.
Jordan got like a 705, something like that. I can't remember.
I mean, it's still over 700. Well over 700.
Well,
but
I mean,
yeah.
you hit top 15 in your 700.
Right.
I mean, we were 16th at 698.
Yeah, I'm like, we were 24th at 695. So
Well,
like,
I mean,
it was nice.
I mean, I'll have to say that the other thing, 3 wild childs in one weekend.
That was awesome.
I mean,
Well paid for.
That was my most
Speaking of which,
proud
who's doing the wild
58th
child?
at
Haven't heard that.
682. So,
What?
that was something stellar.
so
That was my proudest 682 at 58th place.
well, I know it's like
DAL was like 672.
676.
That was key.
676.
Hold that cue.
That's right.
Don't bring that
That's
up.
right.
Yeah, don't bring that up.
That's
Right.
painful.
Yeah,
58 is
No,
painful,
I agree.
but
it's
not
painful.
62.
and during while we're cooking, we were sober during the prep because we were screwing everything up. Because no, we weren't. Literally, we didn't attend any
Yeah,
of the shots.
we didn't do any shots. We didn't do nothing all day.
And literally, we like a whole.
Of course, it was pouring down rain.
It was
Yeah,
pouring
I was
down
about to
rain.
say,
I
let's
mean,
talk
it's-
about the weather.
Nice excuse.
Jamie's transferred
Nice
over
excuse.
ribs for Angie to kind of clean up.
Oh, yeah.
And they hit the ground.
First time ever. I dropped a whole slab of ribs on the ground.
It's like, yeah, those didn't look good. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. So we're sitting there, and Jamie goes, at least chicken's not going to be any worse than yesterday because we got like 69th or 6. No, we were 72.
No, 85th.
85th, right?
85 out of 90.
I'll just let it.
85.
85.
85, that's right.
85.
Greg knows all
Greg
the
knows.
stats. He's
Greg
got
knows.
Yeah, 85 out of 90 because there's only 63 teams.
Yeah.
That's the first thing he said. It was like, so I'm
What?
We doing this again?
Uh-oh.
ooh, second
I
win.
think Jim opened the second hand of Latinos.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
He's down there lighting
We
them
forgot
up.
about this row.
That's funny. I probably know what your proudest accomplishment is, Kevin, but what is it? In barbecue.
It's winning the pork at the American Royal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was
What the fuck?
Firework part 2.
The whole trailer didn't go
I
off.
told you.
Someone had a second effort there.
can somebody go make sure that my other hub didn't go off? No. Yeah, the Royal a couple of years ago, that was just crazy. There's something that some people don't know that Nick Davis, great friend, helped me out with my pork recipe. I'd been struggling with pork left and right. And it was funny, the night before at the Royal, we're sitting around, a group of us, talking about stuff, and I said something about, the recipe you shared with me, it's great. I was using Jumex, peach flavoring in it. And I said, the great thing is that I only use half a can and I can drink it. Nick looks at me and Nick's like, no, the recipe says a whole can. And I said, what? You're full of shit. We argued back and forth a few times. I went back and looked at his email and Nick was right. And so I followed the actual recipe after 6 months. And lo and behold, I win the Royal. So, but we're sitting there, Nick and I and his friends and family and group of us, and we're sitting behind all the Texas teams at the Royal. We're kind of sitting towards the back, and the Texas teams at the Royal, they go crazy.
Oh, they go nuts.
Which is awesome. It's great to see them. But being not from Texas, you're like, this is our backyard, And my brisket was phenomenal, and I had a few teams around me. Everybody said is good, so they hit about 5th in pork, and I said, okay, let's go, let's get to brisket.
Right.
And when they said first place weekend bum, I jumped up. I was like, holy.
Right.
It's after hours. Fucking shit.
Right.
Who cares about brisket?
Right. Yeah.
And we all jumped up and we're screaming and yelling and I'm like, I literally, I almost passed out. And
Right.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
you
sure.
were not far from me, Greg. You
No,
know,
I know.
I mean, I was, and here's everybody asked, I'm like, it was cool. And Nick yelled, he's like, "You need to go. They're like waiting," because we're a ways back. Here's the coolest part, and anybody who's had a call, period, I don't care what level it is at the Royal, the high fives and the handshakes and that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That shows what we're doing right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the coolest thing. I mean, I still remember the first person. I mean, there were a few people on the way up, but Rick Seavey with in the red zone out of St. Louis, one of the first guys I met when I started. He was standing there before I even stepped on that asphalt, shaking my hand.
Oh yeah.
And on the way back, you guys, Greg, you guys.
I was
were
trying to
jumping.
catch you coming
You-
back,
you
but
were
it
like-
took
you were like,
forever.
I'm trying to get, and I just,
Yeah.
I was in such shock. It was just, it was amazing. And here's another funny little tidbit. My wife and daughter were across I-435 at a soccer game. My daughter was at. And I sent her a picture of the trophy after I sat down. I said, I just did this. And she's like, what the fuck? and she shared it with everybody there that knew me because I wasn't there. And it was like, I go, yeah. And my daughter sent me a text back and said, can you drive home?
Negative.
And it was just, it was just, surreal. I was just in shock. It was a great thing. I love sharing it with people like you. I know it sounds odd, but I bought the pork with you.
Yeah.
You shared insights with me. Different people that I worked with, and I'm never going to consider myself a points chaser, but
Right.
I like the cooking. I like the sharing.
Yep.
I
And then no one gets to take that trophy away from you, man.
Nope,
No,
not
That's-
ever.
That's
never.
a square trophy, and
It
ain't
will
nobody
be
getting
there.
in.
It's there in my
Yeah.
kitchen. It's got a spot. It's
Yeah.
there. It won't go away. It weighs 21 and a half pounds, just so you know.
Yeah.
I weighed it, and it's just,
That's pretty incredible.
I love it. you
Yeah,
know.
it's pretty neat. We were happy for you. It was a really neat. deal.
Thank you.
It was impressive. Like,
Eric, you got a special moment so far in barbecue?
Yeah.
A big accomplishment you enjoy?
I would have to say my 180 brisket in Osage City.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
with 100
Heck
teams.
yeah.
That's huge.
And then, especially going back and like listening to it, listening to the words live, and then hearing the cheers because
Yeah. I loved it.
You know,
I loved it.
because,
Great.
I mean,
I
you
got
know-
one
You
too.
get caught up
I
in the
won
moment. Yeah.
pork in my first category win was pork in Rodney. I think you were there. I was right next to you.
Rodney.
And it was kind of like,
No, I almost died in Rodney. Yeah, I literally almost died. It was literally shit.
Damn it. Twice.
there it is.
Rodney's
But it's
unique
like, especially now that I know more and more people, it's like, getting calls before, it was like, yeah,
Yay.
congrats.
Who's
you know?
that?
Yeah.
Congrats. And then now that you know people, people are cheering, people are genuinely happy.
Yes.
Yes.
And even last year down here, I got first place 180 pork.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the back. I was sitting next to Kelly and Drew Davis. Get up, and I'm just walking. Then he calls a 180, and I'm just like, yeah. And I get back, and Drew goes, "That was the most boring first place
First
180
place
pork
180.
I've ever seen." I'm like,
I want to interject, not to steal Eric's thunder, but I met Eric Valley.
Yep.
Was that your first year or
second
year?
Second year.
We met. He was cooking on. He actually made a drum pellet smoker. I mean,
Yeah.
he had some genius ideas. We were across from each other, got to meet, and
Well, my genius idea is sitting in the corner of the garage now.
No,
so-
yeah,
well,
exactly.
but the fact that we know each other well now and stuff, and what Eric's done, he's holy crap. I mean, he doesn't cook a whole lot of cooks, but he comes into comp and he is good.
No, he's
He
good.
knows what he's doing.
Thank you. Appreciate
He's
that.
got his
Well, that's
stuff.
what Christy keeps telling me. She was telling me all day that you have got to get Eric on. It was today and a couple days ago. You've got to get Eric on. I said, I'd love to have Eric on. I mean, what are you doing? He is the next best thing.
Oh, he is.
He is the next biggest thing
appreciate-
coming. I mean, that's
I
what she said.
appreciate that. I
And she goes,
appreciate that.
we gave him chicken now. He's unstoppable. So I'm guessing she set the bar for you this weekend. So anything short of not getting a plane's a disappointment, really.
I got everything I need. I just have to produce now.
Gotta execute, baby.
Yep.
So I did want a chicken recipe, but now I don't. I want the pork recipe. I really do. I really would rather hear the pork recipe. I would do that. So that's funny. No, you're doing great, man. You're kind of you're there, right? You're right on that
Yep, and Shannon
precipice. That's a big word. That's a big precipice.
Shenandoah this year
Fancy
was disappointment.
Well,
No, I mean it wasn't, but it was.
right.
You know, because I'd been cooking pork and brisket well all year, ribs kind of up and down, and then to get second place ribs, first place pork, sixth place brisket, I'm like, all right. I thought my
I'm
chicken
there.
was like top 15-ish. I'm like, if I'm in there, I got to be close.
Right.
Third place overall. I'm like, all right, you know, I'm happy with that. But what happened to chicken? Like, what happened?
Yeah, but chicken's a high scoring category, right? So
It
it's kind
is,
of
it is.
You don't have to be in the top 10 because the score
But you have
most
to be
likely will carry.
21st.
I mean, a 173
Chicken
is like
You-
20th nowadays.
Right.
It seems
Yeah.
like.
Exactly.
Well, a 168 is 21st in Shenandoah, just so you know.
I love you.
And,
But,
and you miss by a 21st.
So then when I'm on my way home, Blaine was on his way down to Osceola day 2. And he calls me. He goes, well, how'd you do? And I told him, and he goes, man, you suck at chicken. I'm like, thanks, Blaine.
Blaine.
Yeah,
Thanks,
right.
Blaine. He goes, well, congrats on the rest, though. I'm like, all right,
Right.
thank you, you know. So I said, I hope you do well in Osceola, but I hope you get RGC by half a point. So listening to awards the next day, you
He
know,
wins.
I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, if he gets top 1 or 2, but then it comes down to chicken because he didn't get a chicken call.
Right.
And I call him when he's on his way back, and I said, I was so hoping your chicken was like not there. And he goes, yeah, but I don't suck at chicken like you do. Thank you.
Hey, in all fairness, you opened that up to him,
Oh,
right?
I did, and I wouldn't expect anything less from Blaine.
That's right. No, 100%.
And
Yeah.
but no, he was like, even Shenandoah, he said the same thing. He's like, you know, you're there. You're
Get your
proud
chicken.
of you.
Yeah, get your chicken squared
You know,
away.
and then I told him it's also I was 0.6 away from my first 700.
So I've
kinda
taken Aaron and Christie's chicken for the last 4 years and tried to replicate it, and I think he lies. I haven't gotten a single win with chicken in there. I just have to do my own thing.
Because you're not
I-
cooking
I-
You
on the
gotta
drum.
execute it, Greg. You gotta execute it.
I think he tells me all kinds
Drums
of
are
stuff.
king.
Well, so it was funny because Aaron calls me one morning.
High-performance cooking machines.
And he's like, okay, I'm going to help you with chicken. I said, thank you. So we're going through recipes, and he's like, okay, now where Blaine's going to come in helpful is timeline on the offset. I said, well, Blaine cooked chicken on a drum. And he's like, well,
Let's go.
how about Jordan? Talk to Jordan. I said, Jordan cooks chicken,
Chicken
on a drum.
Yeah.
He
Are you
goes,
cooking
well,
chicken on a drum?
No, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Okay, good.
You need to.
Good.
Then you need to talk to Joe.
I
you
took Joe's
tomorrow?
class. I took Joe's class. And that's the other thing Blaine always gives me shit about. He goes, you have Aaron's recipe.
Yep.
You took Joe's class, who got 5 180s in a row.
Right.
Yeah.
Why can't you cook chicken?
And
I'm
he's
like,
been chicken team of the year. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah.
Just saying.
exactly.
I
He's-
can't, just in all fairness and openness, I can't either. And I've taken Joe's class at least 19 times. So it's kind of one of those things.
And the Hey, KCBS says being the there toughest. does not count as taking the class.
That's
Well,
true.
that's
That's
probably
true.
true. Yeah, that's probably
You know,
true.
the KCBS thing, it says brisket's the toughest. I think it's the chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken is like
agree.
the devil's meat.
I never used to struggle in it. I always used to do
But
pretty
you-
well.
You're solid with brisket.
No, I might bring the trigger back. Cook chicken.
Hey, just don't burn down your trailer.
Well, that was a fast edit.
Yeah, okay, fast.
No, that's cool. You're there, man. You're there, and I love
I
seeing
know,
you come
I
out and doing it. So hopefully you. How many you gonna do this year?
Generator would be my guess.
Ooh, probably 12.
12. Yeah,
I mean,
that's a respectable number, man.
This
I mean, it really is.
This is 6. This is 7.
Literally, baby.
Literally.
Cheers.
We need more alcohol.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
See
night.
ya.
Good night,
Hey,
guys.
that's a sexy pink scooter there, Aaron.
We're
signing up,
we're
too.
dreaming about chicken,
That's a poultry
Hey,
primer.
you know what?
or we're dreaming about poultry primer.
Poultry primer.
Poultry primer. We need to set up this podcast in Aaron's trailer for tomorrow. Watch him do chicken. Just do it remote.
I will take the cameras in there. Why not? Hey, are you
I'm
going in
sure
there
he'd
for?
love
Are you
that.
going in there for chicken tomorrow?
I was in there last week for chicken.
We need to do undercover chicken.
Yeah,
I'll
I was
be
in
in
there.
my own trailer
Have
for
you
chicken, I
lined
hope.
up?
Yeah, I was in there this morning asking about chicken this morning. So
We're doing undercover chicken. Hey, take a camera and hang it up in there. Not in the bedroom, in the kitchen. In the kitchen.
I'm not helping any
I'm
of
up for
you.
the bedroom first.
See?
No, hang it in the bedroom.
Yeah, except you, yeah.
We can make more money in the bedroom.
that is probably true.
This is after dark, right?
This is
my
way
God,
after dark
way
now.
after
Way
dark.
after dark.
It's
Way after dark.
That's cool. You're coming to the Royal?
Barbecue Life on Playboy.
I'm going to be down there. I'm not cooking.
You're not going to cook?
But I'll be
Yeah.
down there again. I went down last year and hung
Cool.
out. So,
Cool.
yep, I'll be there for at least a day or two.
Yeah, that's always fun.
It's a great time.
No, I know. It's way past bedtime. It's been way past bedtime.
Jamie still got to make B&G.
Turn it
You
into a
guys got,
pumpkin.
well, I still
still
got
gotta
to
make
shower and do stuff. You guys got preempted by the fireworks.
And then the second.
I don't have the advantage of a shower. My shower is called baby wipes.
It's called a whore bath.
Shower wipes. You need to get the shower wipes.
Shower wipes.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. It's only me. I'm a single man team. So.
The Atlas has showers in the back room. I'm just saying.
Really?
Might be a little sketchy.
Really?
Wear
Bring
your
your own
flip
Don't
flops.
bend over to pick up.
Wear your flip flops.
What was that thing I saw on TV? What was that
I
thing
got
I
a
saw
call
on
for
TV?
Tony
Hey,
brother Jimmy man.
you're taking a whore's bath, and I was like,
Yep,
whore's
that's
bath?
exactly what that is.
Pits and pussy.
Pits,
And I was like, I
pits,
went,
tits, and ass.
I went, oh shit! I didn't even know that. I gone my whole life without knowing that. Till a couple
Wait
weeks
a
ago.
second. That's something we can do.
Yeah.
That is, absolutely.
I'm talking about the tits and pussy. We're after hours, right?
I hope so.
Literally,
This
that is
one-
some good shit.
This one may get me kicked off. This one may get me kicked off YouTube.
American Fire Barbecue Life brought to you by Hustler Magazine.
It just, oh my god. The barbecue
If
penthouse.
you want the perfect shower.
The barbecue penthouse stories that we can tell around here. Oh my god.
That's got to be a wah wah.
There's got to be something.
We have, oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, we go. Applause, man. Applause for greatness.
For greatness. For greatness.
Greg, put that in.
Hey guys, this has been a lot of fun. We've had some fun here this evening, and we've gotten to meet some really cool people. I appreciate you guys coming and taking the time to do it with us. I know it's late, and we all really probably should be in bed and trying to get ready for this thing tomorrow that we call barbecue competition. And
some
really,
reason.
you know,
Barbecue life,
and barbecue. It would.
a couple hours more sleep.
Yeah, well, it is the barbecue life, and one of the cool things about this trophy or the contest that makes it so cool is the trophy series. You know, we're all
Planes.
we're all fighting to get a plane, right?
We want
If
a
you don't
plane.
know it, barbecue fly on the river. Jimmy
The
gets
plane,
some
the plane.
fly. What did I say?
Fly in
Barbecue
on the
fly
river.
The fly on the river.
Fly on the river.
It is one of the coolest trophies out there.
No, it's cool.
it.
It's
I mean,
a wood trophy. It's
I
cool.
still remember Angie a few years ago
Oh, yeah.
when I want to say,
When Morgan won the trophy before she did.
Yes.
and she screamed, "I won an airplane trophy," and that amplified what we all think. It is a cool. It's one of those you want up there.
Yeah.
It is. It's beautiful.
So my son did the pasta contest, and he reminds her consistently that he got his trophy before she did. On his second cook ever.
Go Morgan.
That's so cool. Eric, you got anything to finish up on? Say.
Not really.
Any questions you have for Bree or anybody?
For Bree.
I
Just
can't
for me.
answer.
I will the airplane trophy. So we're at Kids Q,
Yeah. Oh.
and
yeah.
they tell you in the meeting, first place in each category gets an airplane trophy.
In the kids' queue?
Yes.
Oh no
Nice.
shit.
Oh,
And
we're upping it now.
Then they say first place $100 to the parent, and the parent can do what they want with it. So we get back to the trailer, and
Buy an
I told my
airplane
son, I said, "Hey, if you win, I'll give you $100 for that airplane."
Hey,
trophy."
I'm buying that airplane.
And he looks right at me and says,
I don't think so, Dad.
He goes, "Well, if I win, I'll get $100 and an airplane trophy. And so I'm like,
Yeah.
you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. He said, but don't worry. He goes, I'll put it next to yours too. I'm like,
Yes.
boy.
He's got faith in
boy.
you. There you go. Yeah.
That's the way it goes, man.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Well, Dad, if I win, I'll have both of them.
Got both.
That's really cool,
Got
guys.
it figured out.
Hey, we've been going for quite a while here, and it's late, so it is.
Question?
Huh?
You gonna ask the question?
Oh,
last
we can.
one?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
we can.
of everything that you like to cook, doesn't have to be barbecue related. What is your most favorite thing to cook at home?
For me, it's tri-tip.
What?
Tri-tip.
Tri-tip. Okay.
Love cooking tri-tip. Because, Morgan, growing up, hated steak. He loved sushi, which is far more expensive. But when we started cooking tri-tip, dude, he'd just devour that stuff. So we love cooking tri-tip, personally. Probably cook one or two a month.
For me, it's kind of an odd question. I'll keep it short, but it's anything non-barbecue related. My wife was always like, "Oh, great, season's over. Cook something other than chicken, pork, ribs,
Right.
brisket."
Yeah.
But I like the odd stuff. I like anything taco related, like something different.
Yes.
Anything tri-tip. Tri-tip is my favorite cut of meat to cook, and I love that. But anything has nothing with competition, I will cook, and I will put actually more energy into that than I will competition.
Well, and hang on and stay tuned because Joel had a good idea way back on the pilot podcast. We ought to do a taco roundtable. So I think we
Tacos
might have
are
a
king, especially Kansas City. People do not realize that.
Yes.
Yes, it's literally tacos are the shit. Take a drink. Don't look at me. Take a drink.
I think Mexican restaurants have now passed barbecue restaurants.
I agree. Kansas City's a little known.
I'm not going to say it's better. I mean, that's the
better,
genesis.
but
We
it's
didn't specify it,
different.
but that's the genesis of the question was trying to. It doesn't have to be barbecue. Matter of fact, not barbecue, right? That's kind of what we're thinking. So, Joel wants to do a taco roundtable.
Just take all the time.
Yeah. We're not out of time. We'll go all night, but
I would have to say.
I think Greg's first 30-minute podcast lasted 90 minutes.
Yeah. It was supposed to be
I haven't
5
seen.
minutes.
I haven't seen one under an hour yet.
no, it hasn't happened.
But I listen to every one of them.
Yeah.
So.
I appreciate
For
that.
some
Thank you.
reason.
No, we had the first organizer at
Well, but that was an organizer.
Please
That
take the
was-
right
was
weekend
15,
bomb.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
The real.
That was a
weekend
separate
bomb.
one.
Nothing
Really
against the
actual
organizers.
weekend
That's
bomb.
just a shorter.
I need to get a
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
It's a bonus episode.
It was.
All right, Eric, what do you
I
like
would
to
say shrimp. We
Shrimp.
cook shrimp a lot because it's a blank
cook? Quick and
canvas.
easy, yeah.
You can do so much with it and takes all flavors. I mean, it's great.
Right.
We cook it all the time.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Might have to call you for some recipes. Shrimp was a good one when I was trying to really diet because it's low fat and it's not. Yeah, you can eat a lot. Of it.
Versatile.
You can eat a
Go
lot.
Jamie.
Yeah.
Go Jamie.
Yeah, go Jamie.
That
Jamie's
means-
going to bed,
That means
is what
Greg.
Jamie's
That means
saying.
Greg. It's time to stop.
Jamie's going to make breakfast.
Hey guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks, Kevin Heese, Weekend Bum, Eric Watts, Fairway Smokers Barbecue, and Dan Boles from All Forked Up for Q. Hey, I'm Greg Hasty of American Fire Barbecue, and Bree and Jamie. We're going to sign off. This is it at Excelsior Springs. Guys, I wish you the best of luck.
Good luck.
Let's
Good
all
luck
get on the
tomorrow,
stage.
guys.
Good luck, everybody.
And like we said before, if it can't be me, let it be you, and we'll cheer for you when you get up there. So, hey,
Let's get an airplane, all of us.
thanks a lot.
I'd be all right with that.
Hey, for all of us, thanks for watching The BBQ Life. We out.